Through two periods, the Borough Buccaneers had held him without a point, as I mentioned during the broadcast, and that'll teach me to open my big mouth in future championship games. Gio Valentine and the Neshannock Lancers roaring to life with an epic third period and capturing their third Division II championship in a span of 4 seasons. Gio Valentine, the leading scorer in program history, gets to celebrate with another trophy. How did you do it in that third period, Gio, just putting the team on your back the way you did?
We were very confident going into that third period. I know all the players believed we could make a comeback, and then right before the period started, my coach came up to me and said, listen, this is your game. You just got to take it over. And I got a good opportunity, buried it on the power play, and then got a bounce, went down and scored, and just like that, it's tied. And I think that's what got us going. We had all the momentum going into that, and then we got another goal from Micah DeJulia, and then we were rolling.
This Lancers team, they are an amazing bunch, and they've been giant killers in these playoffs. You beat Bishop Canavan, which a lot of people I'm sure felt was the favorite going in, and you beat Borough, which was maybe a notch just below. They had won 13 consecutive games going into this contest. How are you guys able to match up so well with these great teams where other teams have had less success doing that?
We knew it was going to be tough. I mean, there's a few kids that were on the team my freshman year, my sophomore year, and I think the leadership role helped. I don't know if every other team was prepared as well as we were. I feel like as the season goes along, we're always improving, where some of these teams just plateau almost, and we just got hot at the right time, and that's really all that matters, is getting hot towards the end of the season.
8 wins in your last 9 games, absolutely, including tonight, the big championship victory. Again, 3 championships in a 4-year span. I'm going to go ahead and call it a dynasty, just as hard as it is to win in the PIHL these days. That's about as dynastic as it gets. How are you guys as a program able to win so consistently year after year after year?
I think it's the coaching and the belief in the young kids. We have a lot of belief for the freshmen that come up that they can play a role, and then as they get older and older, they just play into a bigger role. And you know, I was a freshman and we won, and I was scared at first, and I got help from the seniors that year, and then it just continues to roll from there. And it just hope the program continue to strive for greatness.
What do you think is the key to getting all these kids from all these different school districts and all these different backgrounds together and tugging on the same rope? Because every co-op is different, obviously.
It's really interesting. I think we try to do a lot of like get-togethers and after practice to like build that trust in each other and be closer with each other. Just so we're like family almost.
Excellent, Gio. Go get your picture taken with the big boy.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Matt Popchock here with Brian Mitchell, waiting to hear from Coach Multeri and his victorious Neshannock Lancers. They're getting their pictures taken with the Division II trophy. Oh, what a night, Brian Mitchell. Would you expect anything less from Division II hockey?
Pretty sure I said this in the pregame. It was depending on who could get what whenever they could, and they did. It was a lot of words for a little bit of meaning, but it definitely was there.
And you got to be impressed by what this Neshannock program has done. I was not shy about calling them a modern Division II dynasty on the air. You have to use the D word, I think.
I'll switch out. It's okay. If he wants to do an interview, I'll switch out.
All righty.
It's all about him. It's not about me.
Thank you, Mitch.
Come in. You're in an interview with Matt Popchock.
Your championship-winning goal scorer,
yes,
Brian McConaughey,
yes,
the alternate captain, made it happen. And thank you, Mitch, for being comfortable enough in your own celebrity to defer to a newly made celebrity, Brian McConaughey, the man of the hour, as his goal ends up being the decider in the 6-5 Neshannock victory. The Lancers 3 championships in 4 seasons. I was talking a moment ago with Mitch about the D word, dynasty. I think you have to call you guys a dynasty as hard as it is to win in this league.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're definitely a dynasty now. 3 and 4 years. We won freshman year, and we went out senior year. That's a dynasty, 100%.
Take me through your winning goal. It was a tight game, just a roller coaster of emotions for both teams. What did you see develop on that crucial play?
Yeah, Petrov's a good player. He got the puck behind the net. He's our best player. So we forced him to one side, and Marcello Sarassi was at the blue line, picked him off, and then Marcello shot the puck. It bounced right in front of the net. I tapped it in. Great play by Marcello.
You had a big game earlier in the season against Burrell on Halloween Eve, I believe, sort of a harbinger, I guess, of things to come. And it's remarkable how you guys are able not just to win consistently. You won 8 of your last 9 games to end your season, including tonight, but you've beaten all the high pedigree teams in Division II. What's the key to being able to go toe-to-toe with all these good teams?
I don't know. Well, when we lost to Central Valley at the beginning of the year, we really brought ourselves together and really stepped up because we realized the league doesn't owe us anything. So we just really rallied together and went in for a championship.
And we'll be talking to John Monitis, one of your teammates, in just a little bit. Brian McConaughey, he of championship goal folklore. Brian, as I was saying to Gio earlier, I think it's remarkable what all these Division II schools do, because as a coach, you're not just trying to get one team from one school district all on the same page. You're dealing, especially in Neshannock's case, with a lot of kids from a lot of school districts, all from different backgrounds. Get them all to get on the same page, all tugging on the same rope, and you guys are able to do it and win consistently. Why is that?
We're rivals for, like, WPIHL sports, so, I mean, we really come together and play as a team. We work out together. We go out on the weeknights and weekends and just have fun together. We really bond.
You mentioned being a part of other Neshannock championship teams, obviously. What impresses you the most about this particular Neshannock team this year?
The way we came together after that Central Valley game, you could just tell the spark went in the locker room. And, yeah, I mean, the way we brought it together for the seniors in the room, we talked about it. We had seniors from past come in and say play for the upperclassmen like we did for them when we were freshmen and juniors, or freshmen and sophomores.
A lot of lip prints on that trophy and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears go into winning that trophy.
Yes, sir.
Hard-earned victory by the Neshannock Lancers. Congratulations, Brian.
Thank you.
And now the trophy has a new companion. That is defenseman John Monitis joining us here for the Neshannock Lancers. Again, Neshannock 3 championships in a span of 4 seasons. They win a dramatic game against the Burrell Bucks tonight by a final score of 6-5. You guys were busy young men in the back end. How are you guys able to hold down the fort, especially at the end in that 6-on-3?
Yeah, even though I was in the box, we just stuck to our game plan, getting pucks out high off the glass, and we have confidence in each other, knowing that we have each other's backs in that defense. So
a light bulb seemed to go on for you guys during the ice cut. What did you talk about? What happened between periods 2 and 3 that things started to click in that third period?
I would say that we believed in ourselves. We knew what we were capable of. We stuck to our game plan. We executed very well. I mean, We know what we're capable of as a team. We've done it 2 years in the past, back to back. Last year wasn't our year, but we stuck to our game plan because we know that this is a winning team. So I'm just really proud of all the guys. You know, they all stuck up. They all really wanted this, and I really wanted it for them. They've worked too hard.
And it's so hard to win in the postseason. We've seen very capable teams fall short in postseasons past. This Neshannock team, again, 3 championships in 4 years. That's as dynastic as it gets in the league these days. How are you guys able to win so consistently?
I have to give it to our coach, Mark Marteri, and everybody else on that coaching staff. They believe in us. Again, believe. You know, we see it in the Penguins back in 2018 with the believe. Even though they weren't executed, they didn't execute that three-peat. We just stuck to our game, you know, and that's just crucial for us.
Before the pandemic, no Lawrence County school had ever won a high school hockey championship in Western Pennsylvania. Again, now you guys in the past 4 years have won 3. What does that mean to this group?
I mean, it's a legacy. It's a dynasty. It shows that we mean business. You know, we're the only team in D2 north of Pittsburgh. You know, we have a chip on our shoulder when we come down here and play, and we know what we need to do to win.
Well, they say to be the man, you have to beat the man, and Neshannock in consecutive weeks has beaten the man, and now they themselves are collectively the man in PIHL Division 2. Congratulations, John.
Thank you.
Thanks, John. Good job.
Thank you.
Six years, Mark Multeri has been in charge of this Neshannock varsity co-op program. 3 championships in just a 4-year span for the Lancers, including tonight, a thrilling victory in a seesaw battle with the Borough Buccaneers. Coach, I've asked the players, I'll ask you. Every co-op is different, obviously, but you guys represent really a hodgepodge of school districts in Mercer and Lawrence counties.
Yes.
How are you able to get so many kids from so many different backgrounds on the same page to a point where this team achieves at such a high level?
Well, it's, I mean, we preach so much family, friendship. A lot of these kids grew up together in the same Lawrence County Lightning program. You know, we've got guys, alumni come back and work out in the summer. We got alumni come and they practice with us. They have a voice in the locker room. They're the bridge from one championship to the next. And there's a lot of them here tonight, and they come to support these guys. And it's just a great group. It's a group that they stick together through thick and thin. I mean, we've been through some really, really rough times, and I'm looking right at Matthew Iannelli right behind us last year. He was our leader for a couple years, and he was in a horrible accident. And I kind of told the boys, this is for him. He didn't get a chance. Even though he was on 2 championship teams, he did not get a chance to win his senior year. So, you know, these guys buy in. You know, we told them at the beginning of the year, games we lost, we were taking too many penalties. We were being selfish. We wanted to go, you know, lay a hit on someone. We wanted to do something stupid. We were missing a net constantly. We wanted to knock the water ball up. So you got to get back to basics. Win the game on the scoreboard and get our shots down low. Attack the net. I mean, that's the way you win the games. And they finally bought in. And it's been a great ride, and it's thankful for all these guys and all their families. It's just a wonderful group.
Which of those points, if any, did you emphasize between periods 2 and 3? Because in period 3, that's when the bells seem to go off for you guys.
Coach Matt Smith talked to the boys first, and then I came in and I basically told him, I said, listen, you guys have worked too hard. I mean, too hard. You want to go out like this? I said, I don't want to see any heads hanging here. We had a lot of kids were down. They were upset. Locker room was quiet. We got them pumped up, and they just rolled from there. You know, our big guns came to play. I mean, you look at the senior leadership here tonight. I mean, Sarassi a goal, Butchie a goal. Micah and Valentine, again, 3 times goals in a championship game. And I pulled Brian McConaughey. I said, listen, you're due. I need you. And he come through with the game winner.
Oh, he had that hat trick, I believe, on Halloween Eve against Burrell.
Yeah.
So he loves playing the Bucks for some reason, and he picked a heck of a time for that last goal.
They're such a great group of kids. I mean, after my son graduated in 21, I could have walked away and just be done with it. But, since I started the program, I felt so obligated to so many kids. I felt obligated to the class of 22. Then I felt obligated to class of 23. And then after the way things ended last year, I was not going to take no for an answer. So I came back with these kids that were there on that first championship, and I wanted to see them through.
How would you compare this particular championship run to the previous championship runs, just knowing how hard your division was this year with Canavan and Burrell and those other playoff teams, and knowing how much harder it gets to win as you guys keep winning?
I mean, that was a great division. I mean, really, it was a talented division. Any team in that division could have won, even Deer Lakes. I mean, Central Valley was a great team, too. Somebody had to miss the playoffs in the division. I mean, obviously, best of luck to Canavan as they move on to nationals. Hopefully they can pull it off, and, then I'll tell the boys that, hey, they're national champs, but we're the only team to beat you, so you're going to actually call us national champs. But no, all great teams. I mean, great talented players. I mean, the D2 division does not get a lot of credit, but you've got so many talented players that move on to juniors and ACHA, and some are moving on, to D3 and that. I know Tyler Stewart, D3 from Burrell a few years back. I mean, there's so much talent there. There really is. And I just don't think our group gets the credit. I mean, we try and play a lot of teams. We actually scrimmage Chartiers Valley. I know you're going to see them tomorrow night. We beat them at our rink earlier in the year. We played Avonworth, we played Cathedral Prep. So, I mean, we try and schedule as many talented, tough teams to get us ready for this situation.
Well, it's like I said to the guys, to be the man, you have to beat the man. Look at the teams you guys beat to get here and to win it, and including the Burrell Buccaneers to win it here tonight. I'm sure a lot of coaches at this point want to know the secret for successfully defending a 6-on-3 disadvantage at the end of a championship game. Would you mind divulging it?
You've seen the heart. And right when there was that little break in the action when I went to 6-on-3, I pulled those guys over, and we were kind of cracking jokes with them, and they were smiling.
Oh, my.
And, you got to kind of keep it light. You got to kind of keep it fun. And if you don't show any signs of distress, your team's not going to show any signs of distress. I mean, you can say deep down in that you're not, but, of course everybody's going to be nervous at some point. But don't show it, and that's where it is. So it's like I said, it's been fun. It's been a great ride. And, like I told the boys in the locker room, I said, I got a quote for you guys when this is all said and done. I said, I'm not saying it. I've kept it to myself for 2 months. I told him I kind of fed off of Dave Parker, former Pirate.
Right.
He said, when the leaves turn brown, I'll be wearing a batting crown. So my take was, when the calendar turns to spring, Neshannock's getting another ring.
And they will get their rings for a 3rd time in 4 seasons. Head coach Mark Multeri, coach of your Neshannock Lancers, your 2024 PIHL Division II champions. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate everything. Thank you so much.